Good day, everyone. I'm Erica C. Castillo from BSIE 2203. And for today's video, I'm going to show you how I make our second activity in computer-aided design. So in this activity, we are tasked to make these 6 figures. So to start our first figure, let me have circle. Then its radius will be 10. Enter. The next thing we're going to do is we will put the line from the center or from the midpoint going to the east with a length, with an angle of 90 degrees and a length of 30. Then the next step we are going to do is to click the line here. Then we will start from the midpoint of the line going west with an angle of 180 because it is just a straight line and with a length of 20. And from here, we were going to connect this to the end point or to the midpoint of the circle. So the next thing we're going to do is to put line again from here to the quadrant. Then the next thing we're going to do is to click line again from here to the bottom part, going east, just a straight line with a length or measures 20. Then we're going to connect this line to the quadrant. And from here to the quadrant, going down or going south to the midpoint of the line. And there you go. We have already finished our figure number 1. So the next figure is a polygon which has 6 sides, or it is a hexagon. This hexagon consists of 3 circles inside. So to have our polygon, let me have pol for its command. Number of sides is 6. Enter. Choose inscribe in circle in the option. Then the radius of this polygon will be 20. So we will just rotate this polygon by clicking the rotate here on the ribbon. Then we will rotate this with degree of 90. So we will just move a little bit down this polygon. The next thing we're going to do is to put a line on the center going to the another side. Another one from the upper left side to the upper right side of the polygon. We put this line because we want to find easier the midpoint of the circle. So to put circle, click circle, then start from here to the midpoint. Then for the radius of this circle will be 8.665. Enter. So to have our another circle, we will just copy by clicking copy here on the ribbon, then click the circle, and then we will put the circle based on its corresponding position. Then the other one on its position. Enter. Then the next thing we're going to do is we will trim or we will erase the unnecessary lines. So to trim, just type TR, enter. Then we will click the lines that we want to erase. Trim again. So in times like this that the trim does not function, what I usually do is I just click the line, then erase. So there you go, we have finished our second figure. Then for our third figure, we will create this circle or this figure. So to start our third figure, we will begin by having a line, a straight line, going east with an angle of 0 and a length of 30. Then the next thing is just a straight line again from the midpoint going up, which measures 15. Then another line from here to the end point to another end point. We will just connect the two endpoints. Then the next thing we're going to do is to create another line from here, just going to northeast with an angle of 22.5. From this, we will trim the unnecessary lines. We will trim by inputting the command TR for trim. Then we will just erase or trim the unnecessary lines. Then we will select this object, and we will mirror it by clicking the mirror on the ribbon. Then erase source objects, no, click no, to maintain or to keep the first figure or the original figure. Then we will select again the figure, and we will select the array here, and then choose polar array. Then we will have on the items, just type the items needed or the side needed, which is 8. Then click enter. So the next thing we're going to do is to connect the endpoints by putting line. So click line, and from here to another endpoint, to another endpoint, and so on and so forth. So we will just select the figure, then rescale to match the size of this figure to the other figure, because it is a bit bigger. Then we will move the figure based on the position of the two first figures. So there you go, we have already finished our 3 figures. So to continue with our 4th figure, we are going to do this figure. So this figure basically consists of 5 circles. 1 big circles and 4 other smaller circles. So to start that 4th figure, we are going to click circle. Then for its radius, it's gonna be 20. Then in this figure, we will use the offset. And for its offset size, it's gonna be 1.5. Then enter. So for our smaller circles, we are going to make a circle which measures 8 for its radius. Then we will create offset as well with a size of 1.5. So, for us to have a easier task, we are just going to copy this figure. Then the next step we are going to do is we will put or make a line horizontally and vertically. Another one. As well on the in-betweens of the two lines. So this should be with an angle of 45 degrees. So the next one will be here in the quadrant 4. This should be on 45 degrees as well. The quadrant 3. 135 degrees for its angle. And for the last side or quadrant of the circle, quadrant 2, 135 degrees as well for its angle. So we will make lines as well on our smaller circle. So this is because this line will serve as the guide for us to know where exact position we are going to attach this smaller circle to our big circle. So we will do the same on the others. Should be 135 degrees. So this time we are going to connect or to attach these smaller circles to our big circle. Again. lastly, for our smaller circle, then for the next thing we're going to do is we will trim the unnecessary line. So to trim, just type PR for its command. So for the next thing, we are going to trim the excess of the circle in this side for to look like it is a loop. So click trim. Let me check. So there you go. We already finished our fourth figure. So let me just rescale it for it to match to our other figures, and then we will move. So we are going to continue this by doing our fifth figure. So we are down for our fifth figure. So for our fifth figure, we are going to make this figure. So this figure belongs to the rectangle family. So to start our fifth figure, let me click this rectangle here on the ribbon, then select rectangle. Then for its size, we'll go for 20, 20, then enter. So we will move the figure downward so that it matches or it aligns to its group or to its column. So for our next step, we are going to put a line from endpoint to the another endpoint. Then after that, we will select this line, then click offset. Then its offset size will be 2. And do the same until we get or we reach to the end. Another one for its other side. Then we'll make another line from the other endpoint to add another endpoint. And we will do the same offset to enter. So the next step we are going to do is we will trim the excess or the unnecessary line. So to trim the object, we will type TR for its command. TR again. So the next thing we are going to do is we will trim the unnecessary lines here on inside our rectangle so that it matches to the pattern here or to the brick style here on our figure or our target figure. So first is an open line or an open bricks. we are not yet finished. We will take a closer look and you will find this excess line here. So we will trim again. So we are finished with our figure. We will just rescale it so that it matches to the size of the previous figure we've just made. So for the last figure we are going to do is this figure. So this figure is made out of circle. And to start with our last figure, let me click circle. Then for its radius, we're going to use 15. Then we will offset this figure by 3. So another 1 and 1. Then the next step is we will put line on the midpoint of the circle. And we will go to trim the other half. As well as the excess line or the unnecessary lines. Then the next step is we will put line here with an angle of 180 that measures 15. We'll make another one. 15. 180 degrees. Measures 50. Then another one. Measures 50. Last two. 180 degrees, 50. Then lastly is in the midpoint of the circle we've made earlier. Measures 15 as well. Enter. Then we will just trim the unnecessary lines here on the center. Then for our next step, we are going to select this figure. Then click the array here, then select polar array. And change the items into 4. Because we just need 4 items to achieve our figure. Then we will rescale so that it matches the size of the other figures that we've made. Then we're going to move this figure a little bit to the right side. So we are now finished into our second activity. So here is our 6 figures. Thank you for watching and I hope you learned something from me. See you next time. Bye!